I need your energy, Kendall.
I need 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Then it's gonna be. Ready?
Nope.
Ready or not?
Here I come.
You can't hide. Why? I'm gonna find you and take what?
Don't point at me. Don't say anything. Just go.
He's talking about.
No, we're supposed to know it's cute.
Are you guiding a plane or?
I thought it was in a musical.
I
hate y'all. All right.
Hey guys, I'm Asia White.
And I'm Kendall Hyde.
And you're watching
The Fourth Quarter.
So Kendall, your birthday was last week. How'd your birthday go?
It went great. I just wish we could have recorded and dropped it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've been having some technical difficulties the last 3 weeks that our show is supposed to drop. And now we're finally back at it again, and we'll see you guys on Sunday. So guys, every week on the show, we have a segment called the Weekly Roundup. Now, the Roundup is where we gather our top stories that we want to talk about. So Kendall, what do we have?
We got a lot between Richard Sherman, the NFL Combine, and LeBron's playoff seedings, and from free agent destinations. We have a lot to talk about. So let's get to it on the fourth quarter.
So Kendall, what's the drama around Richard Sherman in this trade?
Richard Sherman may be getting cut, traded, or
A pay cut?
yeah, he might be having to take a pay cut. I think Richard Sherman is not going to take a pay cut, just the type of person that he is and how much he's dedicated to that team.
Yeah.
He's even given an injury, and he's representing himself, so he's kind of at a disadvantage right now because right now agents can be talking to teams, but teams can't talk to players. But I think Richard Sherman's about to get cut. It's like they traded Michael Bennett. They've all there, and there's a few other players that they want to trade as well. I think he's going to get cut though. I don't see.
I think he doesn't mind getting cut if they do decide to do a pay cut with him. Who wants to stay on a team where you have this big statue of a name and then they're doing a trade and you're not getting paid as much as you're supposed to get paid? So they're gonna go.
I think they're trying to break it all down and start over the way that they want it, because I think they're trying to get rid of all those outspoken pieces. They're getting rid of Bennett. Who is it? Cliff Abram. They're also trying to get rid of, and Richard Sherman. Those are 3 of the most talkative people on the team.
So you think they're trying to put a silence to the?
Yeah, because you seen last year they said a lot. The 3 of them all said a lot of outspoken things, and they were all saying what they felt about the coaching staff, the offensive end, and everything. I remember Richard Sherman saying last season, what did he say? The defense is where the money is, so that's where the best performance is going to come from. In so many words, the offensive end, they're going to try to do their job.
Well, they're supposed to be having a talk with him this week, deciding if they're going to trade him, give him a pay cut, or if he's going to be a free agent out here. So
I think he's getting cut. I don't see a trade happen because he's hurt right now. I don't see him taking a pay cut, so he's getting cut.
Well, we'll have to stay tuned on that and go back to that next week and see what the results were.
Yeah, so we'll keep you guys updated next week. Next we have the winners and losers of the NFL Combine.
The winners and the losers? Oh, we putting people on blast, Ken.
Yeah, we're going to put them on blast this week. Who do you have as your top people of the NFL Combine?
I feel like we probably still neck and neck because I have an honorable mention and then I have, my top 2 people. We've been talking about this the last 3 weeks anyways. That Saquon Barkley was definitely an outbreak in the Combine.
Yeah.
I thought he did amazing. I'm not typically sure if he's going to be an overall first round. Not typically sure if he's going to do that. I know there's a lot of talk around that, him going first. But definitely in the top 10. I see him going top 10. To who? Not sure yet. Who do you think he's going to go to?
I would see him best fitting with a team like the Giants.
Okay. I can see it.
I think they can start over from scratch with a quarterback. Eli Manning, like the last 4 or 5 years, hasn't looked too strong. I don't know if a good running back is going to help him. That will take off some of the load. He won't have to throw as much. But the thing that I don't like about the draft is you're preparing yourself for specific workouts, specific drills, and specific things that you have to get yourself forward to. And Saquon Barkley, he's a really athletic, very strong guy, but he's very inconsistent. So him doing really good at those drills isn't going to translate into him doing really well in the game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because we got looking back at his season that he had last year. He did really well, running over 200 yards on all the teams that weren't as ranked. And then you get to the big teams like Ohio State, Michigan State, Wisconsin, those type of teams.
He looked lost.
You're getting less than 80 yards a game, and they stop you. You're not running the ball. The only thing he did was really good on was kick returns.
Yeah. Now, he was one of the best return men in the nation.
Yeah. So, like, is he going to be able to be consistent as well as be able to stand his ground in the NFL?
He doesn't seem injury prone, so I give him that. He doesn't seem like he's going to have to worry about getting hurt too much. He is a running back, though. You can get hurt any moment in football anyway. But I just feel like he has a lot of raw potential, but I don't think he's ever going to be a player that puts it all together.
Ooh.
So far, we 2 for 2. Who do you have? Well, no, that's 1 for 1. I'm sorry.
1 for 1, but you're looking at my sheet, so you know we 2 for 2.
I got my glasses on.
So we got Lamar Jackson. Let's talk around him being a wide receiver in order for him to be successful in the NFL. And based off his performance at the combine, I think he might be straight at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I don't think he's giving that position up. I like how he stood his ground. I love that he said they tripping. I'm not moving positions. I'm a quarterback. I've been a quarterback since I was a kid. He started off a little rocky, but man, he finished off strong. Like they say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I love that he didn't do any of the agility drills, the athleticism drills. He didn't want them drooling and say, oh man, look what he could be as a wide receiver. He stuck to his guns, and he and his mom put their foot down. They said, we're not going to do anything but try this quarterback.
I think it was very smart for having his mom be his agent and represent him. That's amazing. Not only that, but he's also putting his mom in a position where she can take care of him. And just like, you ever seen the game? It was
Tasha Mack
and Malik. Tasha Mack and Malik. I see it happening all over again, but I definitely think he can stand his position as a quarterback in the NFL. He will be successful at it. I don't think he should move to wide receiver. He's good at whatever he's at right now.
And going back to the mom thing, I love that because instead of giving another agent that 4%, 6%, he's giving it to his mom.
I really think that's another story for another time.
And then also with your rookie contract, you're going to get a specific amount of money, so there's no need to negotiate. Now, when his rookie contract is up, he may need to bring in a big gun. But as of right now, no, he should be good.
Okay.
Who's your third?
Who's your third?
I'm looking at your paper. We got the same.
It's like we have the same amount of paper.
Shaquem Griffin.
He's my honorable mention.
He's your honorable mention. That man, he is the definition of anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
He had the best 40 time out of all linebackers, running a 4.3. How many? He got 20 reps off on the bench press. That guy, he was a monster out there. But I mean, it shouldn't come as any surprise because even during the season, they got like a man amongst boys out there. He did not let that one hand affect him in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he was the fastest D lineman, right? So that was amazing. I looked at actually a video of him training. And how he trains, like, bench pressing and things like that, and how his family supports him and how they make the equipment for him to be able to even use that to work out and things like that. So I gave my hat off to him because there's nothing that's not possible out here. And he definitely showed us we're running a 4.3, and he'll probably go really far in the NFL.
I hope he does, man. Stories like that really impresses me. And I really push for those guys, the underdogs.
Hopefully they impress the owners.
That's the one problem I feel. I feel he's going to get blackballed because of his hand.
That'd be unfortunate. He could probably,
Yeah, he could definitely
do some stuff with that.
You can tell in college that guy was on a different level. Next, LeBron James.
This is his man. He talk about LeBron James every single show. We've had 3 shows since this one.
So you about to disrespect me like that?
LeBron James, he found a reason to talk about LeBron James every single show. So what you got to talk about LeBron James?
I do nothing but uplift you. I let you talk about Michigan.
Oh my God, Michigan. Hold on, wait.
Michigan. I'm talking about the state of Michigan.
Oh, okay.
I know you thought Michigan was a city, but no. But anyway, no. We're gonna start off by LeBron James. He came out this morning and said it doesn't matter if he's a 6, 3, or 1 seed
or 8.
He is gonna come out and you're gonna have a problem. You know why I'm happy he said that?
Why?
Because everybody's saying LeBron James is not the same. LeBron James he's not as good as he once was. LeBron James is getting better at basketball. Who else in their 15th season? You can't even talk for 15 minutes to get better at talking. This man is getting better at basketball in 15 seasons.
I feel offended.
Don't be offended. It's okay. You just got a speech impediment. No, I'm messing. She's a very great talker. She's very illiterate. Oh, I see you're very illiterate.
He just called me. See, now this isn't going well for him.
This is my bad now. But no, all jokes aside, LeBron, I keep telling people the Raptors, I don't think that the Raptors are going to be a problem at all. The Raptors have DeMar DeRozan. He's really good. He added three-point shot to his arsenal, which is helping him a lot. DeMar DeRozan is the only true star on that team. Kyle Lowry, he's really good in the regular season, but he is trash. I don't even think he's good in the regular season. I just think that it's so much attention focused on DeMar DeRozan. He's open a lot. He capitalized off of that. But Kyle Lowry is trash. I've never seen a playoff series he's done good. He just struggles. Then you have Valanciunas, you have Van Vliet, and then they have Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka is a really good man down low, but I don't see anything that's going to stop Kevin Love when he comes back. LeBron, he's just a different man. And then they added those other pieces, Rodney Hood, George Hill, everything. So.
Yeah, so it's the talk about him being a free agent, LeBron, and where he's going to go. And it looks like the Lakers are showing a lot of interest.
If LeBron goes to the Lakers, you know how surprised I'd be?
I'd be actually surprised too. They compare him to Kobe all the time.
No, nobody compares LeBron to Kobe.
Everybody compares LeBron to Kobe.
Mike.
Everybody compares LeBron to Kobe. And if he goes to the Lakers, it's going to be a lot of drama around that.
What's the point of him going to the Lakers?
I don't know. Sounds like the Lakers are interested in him.
He has 4 options: the Cavs, the Lakers, the 76ers, and the Rockets. I think if he leaves the Cavs, I think the only reasonable team for him to go to would be the Rockets.
Okay, we'll see if Kendall's predictions are right, since he is a LeBron lover.
Chris Paul, one of his best friends. James Harden, one of the best players in the league. So.
Okay, well, we'll see. Now, next up, this is our segment called the fourth quarter breakdown. Who you got? Well, today, we ain't breaking nothing down besides the fact if these players are getting played or should they be getting paid. So, Kendall, what you got to say?
I think this. Let me drop this on you. Coach K for Duke makes $9 million a year. Coach Cal for Kentucky, $8 million a year. Coach Haltman for Ohio State makes $7.1 million a year. Coach Bill Self for Kansas makes $5 million a year. And Sean Miller for Arizona gets paid $4.1 million a year. These coaches are doing everything that the students do except for going to school. If they're getting paid this much money, I don't think in college players need to get paid as much as the coach or more, unless you're a star. But I think they should at least get whatever the minimum wage of that city that their school is in. I think they should get that, because that is not fair. Playing college sports is the only thing you can do in this lifetime that you work and you don't get paid, compensate. You don't get any type of compensation but room and board.
So, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I want players to get paid. It's like these players, they come from different backgrounds, and the backgrounds that they come from, they have to take care of. Sometimes they have to take care of their families, or their families are at home struggling, and they want to be able to provide for them, but unfortunately, they don't have the funds or the means or the time to do that. And it's like, it's not fair. They capitalize off of these players. They sell their jerseys, they sell their autographs, they sell all kind of things for them. Yeah, memorabilia, all types of things, and they don't get any compensation off of it. So it's a lot of exploitation going on. But also, not even just to mention that, the problem with paying players comes in that the NCAA has the money. Let's not act like they don't. And so do the individual universities and corporations.
Right.
They all have the money. It just comes down to the point of when you do pay these players, the ones that generate the most money, let's say college football, college basketball, they generate the most money. It's just proven fact. Once you pay these players to be athletic and to have them to do their sports and what they have to do for a living, they pay them for that. They have to pay the soccer and the volleyball team, and they have to pay the swimming team, and they don't generate as much money or as much of a crowd as these other sports do. So with that, it comes the responsibility of who do you pay, how do you pay, and it's a lot that goes into that. I definitely think players should get paid, but it's just the strategic part behind it on how to do it.
And that's why I said minimum wage, because that's a fair balance of pay. But you're right. And also another thing that comes into mind is different schools. Kentucky basketball players not going to get paid what University of Illinois basketball players get paid. Let's see. Ohio State football players aren't going to want to get paid what Iowa football players get paid.
Right.
They know that they're better, and then some states the talent is better for the college, but they don't. The city doesn't make as much money, so they're going to be getting paid less than the city. And Champaign might get paid more. Like people at U of I may get paid more based off of the Champaign minimum wage. Stuff like that comes into play also on the same team. the star athlete isn't one going to get paid what the bench warmer is getting
Exactly.
paid. So I think you got to keep it at minimum wage, or even like, let's say $10 an hour for all college athletes. I think you have to find a base salary first and then try to do something that's very even keel before you go out there and just do something like that, because that could cause a lot of problems.
Totally agree. So, like, I understand what you're saying when it comes to that. Like, you know, you want them to get paid based off their performance. And I feel like that's amazing, too. Like, I don't think that the person that does not play at all, or that's, like, you know, on injury reserve or anything, should get the same amount of money that the player that's starting every week should get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that's common sense, but it's like, how do you defer that? How do you determine that? What happens if you decide to play these players a certain amount more and then they get hurt? How do you defer the injury of that part? Like, it's just about the logistics of it. Want these players to get paid. I know that they get stipends for, you know, to take care of their room and board and takes care of them to live and things like that. But it really comes down to, how do these players gain any experience? Like, cause you know, 90% of anybody that's in college football, college basketball, they don't go to the league. Like, that's common sense. They don't go. So when they don't go, they don't have a resume that they're able to build in college. They don't have time to go to school. They don't have time to get internships or things that may apply to their majors. So they're, you know, at a disadvantage with coming out of school. Now, they might get their tuition paid for. Of course, we all would love that. But they also don't get the chance to live or be able to live comfortably, especially with their parents too. And that's why they take a lot of money from the agents, and they do a lot of things under the table and illegally, because they don't have any other choice.
I think the NCAA should definitely get in trouble for that. I think that's something that you can't have people working that hard, getting up at those times of night, doing it. They're extenuating themselves a lot, and they're not getting anything compensated for, but room and board and some jogging pants and sweaters. That I can give you that, and I'm broke, you know, with the little money I get from my job. But I think, like, back to what you were saying, how they're going to compensate soccer players. Those sports bring in a lot of money, believe it or not. Not as much as basketball and football, but they bake in a lot. They bring in a lot of money, millions. But the NCAA doesn't want the students to find that out. But the students already know. The student athletes already know that. The NCAA has no real reason, and if the NCAA doesn't want to pay them, the schools make enough money also to pay the players. So it's no real reason for the player to still be looking crazy and broke.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think about, they have advertisements. They got the ticket sales that they sell. You got the concessions inside that they charge
TV
an arm and a
deals.
leg for. Yeah, TV deals with major companies. All the money that they bring in with the gear and the merchandising, and just, it's so much that they get. And then they have alumni that put into the school.
In a lot of money.
So they have a lot of money. I know that the NCAA made, what was it, $7-point-something billion last year. They make enough money as well to just disperse players and, you know, reimburse them. But the schools should be responsible for paying these players. Like, they recruit them really, really hard. They make them come in and, you know, work their butts off, and they, you know, have these players fighting for it. And that's also another thing I think that they're not trying to do, the playing part of it, because once you start paying these players, that's what it becomes. And when the recruitment comes up, nobody's going to want to go to this school over a school that's getting way 10 times more than this school is getting. So it makes the program a little not valuable.
Yeah, because people are not going to want to go to the mid-major schools if they see that the big-time blue blood schools are getting paid a lot of money.
Like the Big Ten.
The Big Ten can't even beat the Big Ten. Don't get me started on this, all right? Anyway.
Do you want to fight, or?
I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to love you. Anyway. But no, hometown school, and they want to do this. They want to represent for their hometown, and they also want to go out there and compete for a national championship.
Well, you guys tell us what you think. Do you think players are getting played, or should they be getting paid? Either or. Let us know if you agree that players should be getting paid, or if you think that they should just continue to do what they do since they're already getting tuition. Or do you think that the players should be getting paid the same, or do you think that the players that put in the most work should get paid more?
I know I need to get paid
because we need to get paid.
Bro, man over here broke.
Me too.
Man, she $1 million kid.
Don't believe the hype, okay? Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Make sure you follow us on our Twitter handles and our social media handles. Kendall doesn't have any followers, so can you guys please do me a favor and follow Kendall? He has to get his follower game up, and he will follow you back. Ain't that right?
I'm light skinned, I don't know.
Well, that's all we have for you guys today. I'm Asia White.
And I'm Kendall High.
And we are tuning.